Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse review. I got the latest Batman Wave figures here, not all three, just the two of them, and of course did not get platinums as I got this from the Mcfarlane Toy Store. But on the left we have Batman based on Noel, and we have Batman Beyond based on Neo-Gothic. Both of these figures retail for $22.99. I think I got mine for just about $30 because I had a coupon, so I got Noel for free basically. And I wanted this Batman Beyond because I want to do a kit bash with the original version of Batman Beyond. And I may end up repainting the red on him to be more red. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and start off with the accessories. Of course, they come with a stand, which they're standing on, basic stand. They both come with the card here, and I will be bringing this up. And then there's the back here if you want to read that. Just to you want to pause real quick and read it. There you go. And then the boxes. I'm not going to show the boxes other than the barcodes. You've seen these boxes plenty of times before, and there's nothing new here besides the barcode if you're looking for these in store. So there's Noel and Batman Beyond, and both of these have platinum. Noel has a blue platinum, and Batman Beyond has a reddish translucent leg platinum. It's very similar to the one in the Batman Beyond Batmobile that they just released not too long ago. Like to get that. It's got lights and stuff. Looks cool. Anyway, let's go back to the accessories here. Noel. We'll start with Noel. He comes with 4 different hands. All of them are different. So he has a left-fisted hand. He has a right trigger finger holding hand. On the figure, he has a open, about to grab something hand. And on his left hand, he's got some binoculars. These do not come out, unfortunately. This is all one mold, as you can see. It does not come out, but you can raise it up to his eyes if you want to. And I'll probably be displaying the figure with these. I just think that the binoculars look pretty dang cool. And his last accessory here is a Noel Batarang. It's kind of big, though. I mean, you only have one trigger finger hand, and it doesn't really hold it all that well. You kind of have to hold it at an angle. I mean, you could hold it like this, but who holds a Batarang like that? Just nobody does. And then Batman Beyond here, he comes with a pair of trigger finger hands. These are brand new molds. As you can see, he's kind of got like red gloves, or black gloves with red fingertips. And you can see where the glove portion stops and the finger portion starts. And I almost thought that there was a fingernail on these index fingers. That one definitely looks like it has one. And then he comes with a right hand here that's all the way open. And he comes with a left hand here that has a molded Batarang in it. So can't remove that, which does kind of suck. But hey, at least he can be posed with a Batarang, even if it's tiny. Let me go ahead and adjust this figure here, because technically there are 3 more accessories here. It's actually the wings. The wings, unlike the original Batman Beyond release that Mcfarlane did, are removable on this one. So in order to remove these, what you want to do, this is the easiest way I found to do it. Push up on both of the wings until they are like that, and then you can more easily pop off the backpack. And as you can see, it's just a tab. It goes in the middle, and then that's what holds the wings in place. And if you want to take these out, just know that the way they go in, there's little grooves in the backpack, and then there are little notches on these, and that's how those go in. You can't, at least not that I've seen, you can't easily put them in there, but they hold. Like I said, though, just look out for the notches. And while I do like this wingspan, it's not really supposed to go up beyond a certain point. I will probably be leaving off the backpack wings, but just because I don't have room. But if you look at the backpack, they're not really supposed to go beyond that point, or like that. And if you look at the card, you'll see that his wings are more like angled like this, but you know, they intersect. So I think the wingspan is actually bigger than the original Batman Beyond release. Let me grab those since I have them dismantled. Let's see, is the wingspan bigger? Yes, the wingspan is much bigger. It's hard to see on camera, but there is definitely a noticeable, if small, difference between the wingspans. I definitely like these wings a little bit more just because they're removable, but for the rest of the review, I'm going to go ahead and not have these equipped onto this figure. Put him back on his stand here. There we go. So since I have him right here, let's take a look at this Neo-Gothic Batman Beyond. And, you know, the promo images I weren't a big fan of, but having him in hand, I actually really like this figure. They did a great job representing the source material. It looks just like how I thought the Neo-Gothic suit would look like. The head sculpt I know a lot of people were not a fan of, but for me, I actually really like this, and I'm going to be swapping it onto the other Batman Beyond figure that Mcfarlane's done, since I only have the Build-A-Figure Wave version. Otherwise, this is mostly a reuse of the Nightwing body. The only new things here are the head, the upper torso, the hands. The forearms are also an overlay as well. I believe those are removable. I don't think those are molded in there. There's definitely like a... trying to get a view in there. You can see a separation between the wrist joint as well as the forearm, and same thing up top there. There's definitely a separation. So if you wanted this figure for parts, or you get the platinum and you want to customize it, you could take off the forearm pieces, which I do like. That's nice. But I'm going to be swapping those arms onto the other Batman Beyond figure. But color-wise, I would say it's accurate, you know, but this is more of a pinkish red. This is more of an orangish red in person. And if I take my light away and put a black light on it, it does phosphoresce under a black light, which is cool. And I think that's what's more important for me, because like it's called Neo-Gothic, so you'd think there'd be some neon in there. We've seen plenty of times before this body mold. It is nice that we're getting it for Batman Beyond, though. I think it's a very good reuse of that body. It looks like Batman Beyond, and I really like this figure. I think it's well done for what it's supposed to represent. And you know, I think we've gotten like 3 or 4 different versions of this. We have this version, the platinum of this, and the one that comes in the Batmobile set from Mcfarlane and Walmart. I think Amazon doesn't have the figure included, but good Batman Beyond figure. We'll take a look at him again in a bit, but let's go ahead and look at this Noel Batman. And there is one glaring thing that is, I wouldn't say incorrect, but inaccurate. It doesn't have that iconic like shoulder overlay. As you can see, if you look closely, how the logo goes into the shoulder overlay, and that lays over top of his cape, which is here. You can see where the shoulder overlay stops and then the cape starts. You can get the cape down over his shoulders like it is, you know, in the comics, but he does not have the shoulder overlay included, which that sucks. I'm just gonna say it does suck. Now, I don't have the Lee Bermejo Page Punchers Batman. I only have this one, but I do know that the upper torso is new. Some of the hands are new. The head sculpt is new, and I believe these shins are new. There's 4 straps, and I think the old one had like 3 or 5. Or it had an odd number. And I think that's all the new parts on this particular figure, besides the cloth goods cape, of course. I do like this figure. I think it looks great. It is somewhat inaccurate to Noel, as I just pointed out, but I really would have liked to see them put that shoulder overlay over top of the cape. There could have been a way to do it. There could have been a way to do it. Oddly, this figure, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look here in his midsection and on the armored section down here, they actually added just like a layer of brown paint to it. I don't know why they did that. It is a bit strange. I don't think it looks bad per se. It gives a little bit more detail or texture to the figure, but it's just, I don't really like it. I kind of wish they just left it all gray or added the brown just to the boots, which there's no brown there. But, you know, good reuse, again, of a prior Batman figure. I have no issue with this reuse. It looks, I mean, it looked like Noel Batman just without the proper logo and head sculpt and shoulder overlay. Still mad about that shoulder overlay. The back of the figure here, we can take a look at the cape. So if you don't have the cape overlaid on the shoulders, you can have the wingspan out to about there, which is pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. And it does have the pleats in it, although I don't like the material they used. Like, it's stiff, it'll hold its shape if it's splayed out like this, but when I try to do it to make it look more like the standard Noel figure, when I have that wire all the way down, I have to really mess with the cape in order to get it into a position that doesn't look weird. I think that looks kind of weird, I want something that's more like this, but then I get something that's more like this. So I do like it. I just wish that the cape was just a little bit thinner width-wise, so that it could lay more flat. But again, doesn't look bad. Wired capes are cool. And I am going to go ahead and do the articulation for this figure. Can look up that high, which is great. Look down pretty good. And of course you got the side to side and the tilts. Good tilt, good head rotation there. Shoulders wise, you do have, because the cape gets in the way, you can move it, but that's as high up as you're going to get with that rubber shoulder pad there. And of course you just get that, and then the swivel here, and cape gets in the way, again, can move it. You have the forearm swivel, which you don't get a lot, again, because of that shoulder pad. You got double joint here at the elbow, which is almost a perfect double joint there. Looks good. Can touch his shoulder pad. Midsection, crunch-wise, for Mcfarlane, that's okay. And then backwards, yeah, it's a lot. And then, of course, both of those are on ball joints, so you can move them. Although I will say, be careful, because you can warp the plastic. The lower one's better, though, because the belt is a rubber piece, so that's not too bad. But that upper one I would be careful of. I do like that they have that hook and loop on that figure. Hard to see, but it's on there. And then kick-wise, can kind of do a straight-up kick, but it's a little to the side. And then can he kick his own ass? Cannot kick his own ass. And then ankle, you got the pivot, you got the back, you got the forward, and you got the swivel, which can go all the way. So not too bad. Good articulation on that figure. Glad to have a Noel Batman in the collection. If anyone knows of anyone doing a custom shoulder overlay for this figure, let me know. I would absolutely buy that, because Noel without the shoulder overlay just doesn't look right. But it's time for size comparisons time. Let's go ahead and grab the ruler. Noel Batman here stands at, I'd say, 7¼ inches at the top of his ears, and Batman Beyond is just a little bit taller than Noel with the top of his ears. But at the top of the head, he's just a little bit shorter. Let's go ahead and start off with the Build-A-Figure Wave Batman Beyond. And like I said, I'm going to do a kit bash between these two. I'm going to swap the arms, swap the head, and probably swap the ankle joints between them. I'm sure it would work just fine. But yeah, there's a perfect Batman Beyond figure in between these two. But I like how they look next to each other. Next up, let's get another red Batman in here. We have the original release of Flashpoint Batman. Not sure if I want to get that 2-pack with Reverse Flash. Might get the old one. And I forgot Shriek here. There's Shriek. He's haven't got him out in a while. Underrated figure, if you ask me. I would like to get the Build-A-Figure Wave version at some point, though. Noel reminds me of Batfleck's suit, so here's Batfleck. Pretty good. And then for one comic book larger bodied Batman, we have the JLA Wave Batman, who, yeah, there you go. Not too bad. Let's stick him like here so you can see. He's a big boy. He doesn't want to stand, but just to give you an idea. And I don't have a thin-bodied Batman around. That's all I have. But as a bonus, I'll just throw in a Batrocidus. Haven't reviewed him yet. Might make him the Christmas special this year. I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of different Batman to take a look at there. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. But let's get our usual size comparisons in here. There's Atrocitus. There's Gold Label Arkham City Batman. The Jazzwares Halo Spartan Yoroi from the Spartan Collection. Got our wrestlers in here. The AEW Unrivaled Samoa Joe. And the Mattel WWE Elite 100 John Cena. 6-inch Tiger Force Outback from G.I. Joe Classified. Scarlet Spider, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Black Series, Retro Card, Boba Fett, and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Dino Thunder, Black Ranger. So I definitely like both of these Batman figures. I opted not to get the Silver Age version of Batman in this wave. Just didn't appeal to me, although the platinum for that one is Zuranar. Might end up getting it if I can find that platinum in stores or for a decent price online, or when Mcfarlane puts up the EQL lottery, if they ever do. But again, I like both of these figures. I think that this Batman Beyond's great. I like that the backpack is removable, or rather the wings are, and then you can put the backpack back on and you're not left with that ugly hole in the back. The Noel Batman I think is pretty good reuse. I just wish it had the shoulder overlay. Everything else about that figure, though, I have no issue with. I think it's great, and I think both of these will be a welcome display piece to your collections. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these two Batman figures. And stay tuned for a custom kit bash video between the two Batman Beyonds. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.